Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog at stampwithelaine.com. Today's project is on hinge stamping. You will get this sort of effect, so they're repetitive patterns using the Stamparatus. I'm going to do it a little bit differently with the hinge stamping because I want them not spaced apart like this, but close together like that to create a rainbow effect. The items I'm using are from Playing with Patterns suite, and you'll find this on page 100 to 102 of the new annual catalogue. In the suite, there's a stamp set called Pattern Play, and it's bundled with the playful alphabet dies. These include letters and numbers, special characters for different languages. You can see all the characters in there, so it's got double letters for the more popular vowels and things, and there's also numerals. In the suite there is a pack of designer series paper, and there are 12 designs of each design, so that's 6 of them, and that's the reverse, and these are the other 6, and that's the reverse. There's also a ribbon pack combo, and there are 3, and each spool contains 5 yards or 4.6 meters. So that's in Purple Posy, so it's got graduated colouring in there, Night of Navy and Coastal Cabana. There's also some Playing with Pattern resin dots, and you get a pack of this mini paper pumpkin boxes. So for today's card I'm going to show you how to create this rainbow effect with the Stamparatus. So the inks you need are Real Red, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Shaded Spruce, Balmy Blue, Pacific Point and Gorgeous Grape, Sponge Dauber, and of course the Stamparatus. The card base 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches. That's 21 centimeters by 14.6 centimeters. For the stamping, I'm using actually half a A4 sheet, and then I can trim it down later to create a card front like this, which measures 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2, and in metric that's 9.5 by 14 centimeters. We also need a Whisper White layer for inside the card, which measures the same. The other items we need are scraps of Real Red, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Shaded Spruce, Balmy Blue, Pacific Point and Gorgeous Grape, so all the colours of the rainbow, confetti flower punch, and optional some rhinestones. I'll need the Stamparatus. This technique is called hinged stamping. Now the Stamparatus is Stampin' Up's own brand of stamp positioning tool, and it's unique in that it has 2 hinged platforms that you can stamp from. So it comes with 2 plates that look like this, one for here and one for this side, but you can only use them one at a time, otherwise you might damage the plates. And in order to create this effect, I am going to hinge stamp from the top hinge, and I've placed my stamp along the edge here so that it butts up with the corner of this right angle here where the hinges are. Now I'm going to demonstrate what you'd normally do with hinge stamping. So I'll ink this up, put my cardstock right in the corner and then stamp. So if I want to do 2 colours, I would skip one hinge and then do alternate hinges. So I'll ink that up again. So that was my first one. I'm going to skip one and go to the next one and stamp. Ink it it up again. Skip one and stamp on the last one. Now I've cleaned my stamp and I'm inking with a different colour, and now I'm going to stamp in between. So that demonstrates how you'd normally do hinge stamping. So you stamp with each hinge like so. You move your stamp across. If I want this effect where it's all together like so, this is what you do. Insert my cardstock and make sure it doesn't move. I'm starting with the colours of the rainbows. So first it's red. I remove my stamp from the platform and I place it next to the one I've previously stamped. Insert that back into the hinge, pick up the stamp, ink it up with the next colour, which is pumpkin pie. Insert it in the same hinge there. So clean the stamp, reinsert it into the hinge and move the stamp to set it up for the next colour. Pick up the stamp, reinsert the hinge right into the corner there, so you're actually moving the stamp and not your hinge. Reinsert your plate, position the stamp alongside your previously stamped image, pick up stamp, So with the hinge stamping, if you want it all buttered up against each other, then you move the stamp rather than the hinge. If you want this effect, then you move the hinge. Okay, now I can trim this. So I want it 3 3/4 inches. So do that by 5 1/2. So I'll take a little bit from either side, otherwise even things up at the end. So take a little bit off there and then measure 5 1/2 from here and take off a little bit at the top. Don't throw this a bit away because I'm going to pop that on the inside of my card to decorate it. Just adhere that to my card front, and I'm going to take the leftover piece and glue it to the inside of my card. Grab the scissors, trim it off. Now for this card, I cut out the letters from the paper that I'd just done, but I think I'll just do plain letters for this one, otherwise you won't see it. Use a ruler along the line so you know it's straight, and then pop your letters on. And remember, it's the die cut edge face down. Alright, then get some washi tape and pick it up like that. So you've got your letters all in a row. Grab some cardstock and pop it on your cardstock like so. Magnetic platform, base cutting plate, top cutting plate, and then you're ready to run it through the Big Shot. And you do the same for the Happy as well. I also want to pop them up on dimensionals. So we've got these new foam adhesive sheets, and I'll just cut up a strip the length of the width of the letter, and then die cut the letters out of this as well. So I've die cut the foam pads as well with the letters, so I'm just going to peel the top layer off and then pop these letters on top. To save time, I've done the same for those letters, and then you pop these out. Don't discard these leftovers because you can use them on other little projects if you need a tiny scrap bit. Take a sponge dauber and sponge the letters to give it a bit more definition. Work from the centre outwards. So this one has got 8 letters. Put my letters on so that I know they're in a straight line. Now I'm happy with the position. I've then glued my letters down. I forgot to press record. So then I need to do the same for here. So take the backing slip off and pop that on. So I'm going to punch some flowers. Then glue dot on the back of the flower. I don't think I'll put them on all the flowers because there are too many, but just maybe the one flower, one of the larger ones. So before I go, I'll show you the other samples. That was stamping a rainbow effect and then die cutting the letters from them. This is the hinge stamping, where you move on to the next hinge and then stamp again, and this is the one without any gaps, so you're moving the stamp rather than the hinge, and that's using the rest of the stamps in this set. This one is using the papers with strips of paper, which is trending at the moment. And then of course there's today's card, where instead of this pattern you're doing it with moving the stamp with that pattern. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial, and pop back for more inspiration next time. By the way, all the links to the supplies are below this video in the Show More section. You can read more about the project over on my blog. The link is also below. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back soon. Bye!